Hi everyone.
Hello,
Good.
everyone, and welcome to another session all the way from India once again. When we talk about India, we talk about land of opportunities in every means and for every field. And it is no different case in the field of e-commerce as well. Today, I have Aniruddh Soory, who is the business leader for cross-border trade at Amazon India. Aniruddh has been a part of Amazon India ecosystem for more than 8 years. He has helped shape various businesses across hardlines and electronic categories during his stint at Amazon. He currently leads the cross-border trade specifically for the imports into India business at Amazon, facilitating international brands and sellers to launch their selection in India through Amazon Marketplace. So today he will walk us through what opportunities we have in India through Amazon for the seller ecosystem. With this note, I will let Anirudh take it forward from here. Over to you, Anirudh.
Hi. Thanks a lot for the introduction. Hello everyone. Good morning to the folks joining us from Northern America. Um, I think good afternoon to the folks who are joining us from Europe. I guess this is post lunch in Europe, but bear with me. I'll try and make this presentation as interesting as possible. Uh, Wonderful. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. The way I've structured this discussion is we have 30 minutes with us. I have a presentation to very quickly walk you through the background of India, how we're doing as a country, how e-commerce is doing in India, how is Amazon doing in the e-commerce field in India, and lastly, if how do you partner with us in this growth journey that we have, and what should the next steps be? This is the way I've structured it. I'll take 20 minutes, 20, 25 minutes to run you through the presentation, and after that, I could take any questions that you guys have for me. Um, okay. 1 minute, please. I'm trying to share my screen. Mm, Okay, I'm facing some difficulties in sharing the screen. I'll maybe just walk you guys through it. It's fine. Let me try it one more time. Okay, that's fine. Apologies. I'll just talk to the presentation um, and try to keep it as interesting as possible. Sorry for whatever reason, not able to go ahead and share the screen. Um, okay, so let's start with India, um, a country that has a population of 1.4 billion um, people. We are the second most populous country in the world. Uh, we are unique, and that goes back to the topic of saying how do you decipher India. So we are unique. We have over 22 languages in India, and but the official languages are Hindi and English. What that does is, while we are one country, we have multiple cultures across the country, and that makes it very difficult in terms of brands, organizations to go ahead and continuously serve all the population across all the cultures, and to just meet their expectations every single day. Amazon in itself offers 6 different languages in India, um, which is the largest across the world, in one single country. In terms of the cross-border trade that India does, we are a large we export uh, to US, UAE, and China in that order. US being the largest partner in terms of exports, China being the third largest partner. In but when we look at imports, China is the largest partner. We 15% of all our imports come from China. US is the second largest partner for us. So in terms of cross-border trade, even when we are looking at expanding, we currently have sellers from China selling on Amazon India, but we've just started launching sellers from US and Europe, and also Korea, um, in a formal manner going forward. Okay. In terms of the opportunity, India currently is the fifth largest country in terms of GDP, As a country, we are posting an impressive 8 plus GDP, and we are stated to become um, the third largest country in the world by 2050. Um, in terms of opportunity, what this means is that this is a country wherein you should look at partnering, you should look at investing early on, uh, because uh, because the country is going to grow and scale in terms of the size, and the opportunities will also grow multifold. As the country scales up, the government of India is also been focusing on ensuring that for countries outside of India, companies outside of India, how do we make it easier for them to come and set up businesses in India and partner in the growth journey? It's in line with this that the government has taken multiple measures, leading to the ease of doing business rank for India jumping up almost 80 places over the
Hi,
last 5 years.
hi
So
Aniruddh.
we
I have
currently rank
shared.
as the 63rd country
Hi,
in terms of ease of doing business, which is a significant improvement versus where we were in 2014. And it is going to be further working on just improving this as we grow further.
hi Aniruddh. I have
Um,
shared the
so we look
presentation.
at the India opportunity, and in terms of just ascertaining that this is a powerhouse, and why you should come and set up the business or partner in the growth journey over here. But in terms of the channels available, why e-commerce? Right. E-commerce currently is a $60 billion business. Um, that's the market segment size that that we're operating in, and that's what is estimated for this year. Uh, but but the e-commerce channel is expected to scale up to become a $200 billion business by 2026. Uh, and by 2035, we expect it to even surpass US in terms of size. So 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 entering India through the e-commerce route exposes you to a channel that's going to grow three times from a 60 billion size today to a 200 billion size over the next 6 years. Um, and and to look at what is it that is driving this growth, if you're looking at that bit, uh, you'll see that in India, the growth of e-commerce is driven by the access to mobility and internet. Um, so for a population of 1.4 billion dollars, 1.4 billion people, uh, we have a billion mobile phones out there, which is a penetration of almost 80%. Uh, but but increasingly, you'll see that the population is using these mobile phones not only to communicate or make phone calls, but to actively use internet and all the services that come with the feature of internet. We currently have 600 million internet users in India, and that has grown 23% year over year. uh, so what's driving the growth of e-commerce is the overall penetration of mobility, followed by the penetration of internet. That is bringing in this whole population of 600 million people onto our platform, and that is what is slated to drive the growth over the next 6 years. Uh, just a bit of internet penetration. Okay. What's interesting, and the way India is different than all the other geographies where Amazon operates, is that electronics in itself is the largest contributor for e-commerce retail. So as a category today, electronics contributes to 48% of the overall e-commerce retail business in India. Uh, this Now this whole contribution is led primarily by the sale of mobile phones on e-commerce websites. So the way mobile phone works in India is very different from the operator-led model that we have in Northern America, Europe, and other countries around the world. So in India, you buy the mobile phone separately and the SIM card separately. So that's what is driving the overall penetration of the electronics category. The second largest category for us is apparel with a 29% contribution to e-commerce retail, followed by home at around 10%, and then all the other categories. But what is interesting is over the next 5 years, we believe electronics share to the overall business is going to drop from the current 48% contribution to 20%. And the rest of the categories are going to contribute to 80% of the e commerce sales. So this provides all the retailers, all the sellers, brands, the opportunity to come and partner in the e-commerce space. Because not only is the overall market segment going to grow by 3 times, electronics is going to grow at 1.5 times, but all the other categories are going to grow at a mind-boggling speed of 5x. So that's the pace at which these categories are going to grow on e-commerce, driven by the increasing adoption of customers to come and consistently buy from this one channel. Uh, so I've looked at covering why India's growth story, why e-commerce in India. Uh, but when you're planning to enter e-commerce, why Amazon? Right? What's it that makes us so special? Um, Of course, we've been operating in India now for the last 8 years, focusing on our core inputs because that's what Amazon has been always about. Uh, and today we are the largest e-commerce portal in India, um, getting about 200 million monthly visits every month. So and our next biggest competitor gets about 150 million visits. Uh, but but those are just numbers. What makes us special is our focus on inputs and our overall focus on customer obsession to ensure that uh, that we go ahead and deliver and innovate on behalf of our customers every single day. And there's this whole Amazon flywheel. Some of you might have um, you might have been exposed to it in the past, but the essence over here for us is that our focus is to drive customer experience, uh, especially around how do we offer our customers uh, a great delivery promise, a fast track delivery promise in terms of 2 hours delivery, one day delivery, 2 day delivery, to ensure the customers get the product very quickly. Even before that, how do we make shopping for the customers so easy in to offer them a seamless experience of identifying the selection to checkout and payments. Right? So our focus is on delivering a high quality customer experience and raising the bar every single day. As we do so, we will attract more and more customers on our platform. Right? As the traffic to our platform increases, it's natural that more and more brands and sellers would wish to come and partner with us. The more sellers who come and partner with us will end up adding more selection, and this selection will further help improve the customer experience. So if you look at it, this whole cycle is a virtuous cycle of customer experience driving traffic driving sellers coming in, bringing in more selection that further improves customer experience. So it's this flywheel and each component of this flywheel that Amazon focuses on every single day. And focusing on this has made us the most trusted e-commerce brand in India um, over the last many years, including 2020. Uh, Further, in terms of the investments that Amazon has made in India per se, we have over 60 fulfillment centers where all of you can come, park your inventory, and offer a fast track delivery promise to the customers, spread across 15 odd states. And we have set up our own delivery infrastructure right from the fulfillment center to sort centers, delivery service partners, um, to ensure that there is consistent delivery experience being given to our customers. Um, so delivery in itself is such an essence of improving customer experience. This is one of the areas where Amazon has gone ahead and invested its own staff and infrastructure. Um, as a result of this, we've been able to deliver to 100% of all pin codes in India, including the remote terrains of Leh, Ladakh, and even the Andaman Islands. Uh, what this has done is, as we focused on improving our customer experience, when we started in 2013, we started with the media category in India with only 100 sellers. As we scaled up and consistently improved our customer experience, we today see about 650,000 sellers offering millions of products in India. Right? And the point to note over here is, while for us, when we look at customers, we look at our end customers who are actually buying the product, but we're also looking at sellers and brands who are also listing these products on our platform as our customers. So we obsess over the experience that our sellers have in terms of ensuring that we handhold them and invest in their success to ensure they grow and with them, Amazon India grows. Right? So as a result of this, that we've been able to scale from a mere 100 sellers to 650,000 sellers today. Uh, One of the ways to drive this scale, and which is again unique to the way Amazon operates in India. Um, so globally, if you look at promotional events, there would be two events that typically come to your mind. One is Prime Day. Second is the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. Right. So these are the two large events that Amazon runs globally, uh, and it is during these events that the customers are exposed to multiple offers, and we see a huge spike in our sale. uh, However, in India, uh, Amazon has 5 events through the year, spread throughout the year. We have an event in January, followed by an event in the month of May, followed by Prime Day, followed by an event in the month of August, and finally the largest event, which is Diwali. Um, Diwali is the largest festival in India. It's uh, and wherein you'll see customers just coming in and purchasing products for gifting purposes and for their own use. Um, Last year, for example, during Diwali, Amazon witnessed customers from 99.4% of all PIN codes in India come and shop with us. This is mind boggling, which means almost every PIN code in India saw customers coming in and shopping on Amazon. Uh, and the point to note over here is that we also added a lot of new customers. We saw a lot of first time customers come and shop on Amazon. And 88% of these customers came in from the smaller tier 2, tier 3 cities in India. Um, so if you go back to the point that I was mentioning, to say that we have 1 billion mobile phone connections, of which we see 60% of them having internet. Uh, so the internet penetration is actually enabling customers from tier 2, tier 3 cities, the villages in India, and exposing them to the online ecosystem. And that's where we believe the growth story also lies. So we increasingly investing to ensure all of these customers across India are able to access and get the benefit of fast track delivery from Amazon. The sales event, while of course we end up offering deals to the customers, we also spend a lot of time handholding our sellers, guiding them um, around the kind of offers, which categories to focus on, what kind of product types to focus on, to ensure that when the large traffic comes onto the platform during these events, we and our sellers are able to serve that demand effectively. Uh, we also had our 2020 Prime Day. World over, the Amazon Prime Day is slated for later, but in India we had our Prime Day scheduled in the month of August, and we saw a 10x jump versus business as usual days. Of course, this was also led by the overall impact of COVID and us seeing multiple customers coming and signing up and buying on the online ecosystem. But these are trends that we believe are here to stay. So we had a fantastic Prime Day, and we're looking forward to the Diwali event, which is starting in a couple of days. Okay, so I've looked at taking you through why India, the India opportunity, followed by in India, why should you go ahead and partner in the e-commerce model? In e-commerce, why Amazon? Right. Uh, Now, how do we go ahead and onboard global sellers and get them started to sell in Amazon India? We have two channels of offering. One is a merchant fulfill network, which we also call as MFN, wherein as a seller you register on the Amazon platform, and we will also go ahead and introduce to an aligned courier partner. You end up signing a contract with them and start listing your products. When a customer orders your product, you end up shipping that product to the customer's address in India through the aligned courier partner. Given that there is this nuance of an aligned courier partner, and that nuance is because of the customs regulation in India, we currently have the MFN channel enabled only for 3 geographies, which is North America, China, and Korea. However, for all the other sellers, we have enabled the fulfillment by Amazon model, which is our prime model. It is in this model that we've also very closely partnered with Payoneer. Payoneer for and you'll get to know how. So the way the FBA model works in India is slightly different than the way you would be operating globally. Uh, Given that India has its own nuance in terms of taxation structure, in terms of product compliance, certifications, and the overall customs duty, it is not possible for a seller outside of India to directly start selling in India. To do so, you need to have a registered place of business in India. Uh, However, what we've done is we've identified and worked with uh, two intermediaries called as import service providers, um, also called as ISPs. So these are two third-party intermediaries uh, who who ends up partnering with all the sellers globally and ensures that they are able to list their products through the FBA network in India. Uh, we've gone ahead and shortlisted these two intermediaries basis our past relationships. We've been partnering with them for the last 8 years, and trust them to go ahead and seamlessly execute this model with each one of you. Um, these service providers have also gone ahead and launched their own product offerings to ensure you have a seamless experience. For example, they've gone ahead and built with Payoneer a payment reconciliation system wherein all the purchases that happen on your selection, the money gets remitted back to you through the Payoneer ecosystem, ensuring that every penny of yours is safe. You also have access to reporting tools that will give you access on how much of sales you've done, what is the money which is outstanding, how much of money is already being paid, and so that you can keep complete track of all the sales and financial transactions. Um, right. Um, if you look at the comparison of both MFN and FBA model, so one is the MFN model and second is the FBA model through the import service provider. Um, as a seller, you can choose between both of them. Both these models have their own advantages and disadvantages. MFN, for example, is a low investment model. You don't have to block inventory. However, that comes at the cost of higher lead times and lower customer conversions. The fulfillment model through the import service provider uh, will offer the customers the same FBA experience that they get from any other Indian company, any other Indian seller, which means the customers have access to faster delivery. You get a prime promise on all of your selection, and your returns, payments, etc., seamlessly managed. Okay. Uh, so, as the next steps, how do you go about and start selling with us? For all the partners who are interested to explore the India opportunity, I would invite you to come and connect with us on IN Global Selling FBA at Amazon.com. I realize you're not able to see my screen, but I'll work with the Payoneer team to ensure that you have this noted down um, separately. Uh, so do write to us on this email alias, and I'll also ping it on the chat window.
Hi, Aniruddh. The presentation is visible, so
Uh,
audience can see the screen, so need not to worry
Possible.
about
I
that.
just think that. So feel free to reach out to us. We will ensure that there's an Amazon sales representative who will connect with you and explain the overall model and introduce you to the ISP partner. Okay. Um, Great. So I'm done with my presentation over here. I would again wish to extend my thanks um, to the Payoneer team for giving this opportunity and getting us connected. I'm open to any questions now.
Thanks, Aniruddh. Thank you so much for all the information which you provided. Yes,
Amit, are you
like,
talking on mute?
am I not audible across to you? Am I audible to you now? Aniruddh, are you able to hear me? Aniruddh, are you able to hear me? Hi, Aniruddh, are you able to hear me?
Amit, I can't hear you. Not sure if anyone else can, but I've I hear the question that Lopa has shared. Um, Lopa, what we can do is you can reach out to us on this email ID, and I will have someone from my team explain the model further to you, and then we could take any further questions that you have. Yeah. So Amit, right from the start, when the seller expresses his interest to the time to launch, it would typically take about 3 weeks to get launched. This is the average timeline that we've seen. Yes. So Amazon, as well as the import service provider, will help the sellers get in touch with and guide them on what are the certification requirements, and also help them get connected with the service providers who will provide these certificates. So we help provide these guidance end to end. I'm just answering to Amit's question around how does this whole ISP ecosystem help the sellers get certifications for the some of the products where it is required. Yes. So what we do with uh, is that the sales team in Amazon also helps provide the sellers uh, with nuances around what are the categories that are doing well, and in the categories in which the seller specifically operates, what are the product lines that do well over there? What kind of specifications are required that we've seen work well? So that guidance is also provided on a regular basis. So I'm just answering Priya's question on who these two import service providers are. Priya, these two import providers, I can share the names with you, and then we can further introduce you, Priya, if you're interested. One is Value Cart, and the other import service provider's name is Blue Birch. These are both private limited companies with long-standing association with Amazon India. Yes, wonderful question. So we have a specific program designed for all our international sellers called the India Stars program, wherein we partner with you and give you gateway visibility uh, through this program duration. And what the other way in which we also share the benefit with all the sellers who partner in the India Star program is we also offer them a 5% fee waiver for the program duration. So the sellers who wish to enroll in this program end up getting a target in terms of selection in stock and sponsored ads, and we ensure that these selection get the premium gateway merchandising assets, and also the sellers get the benefit of a fee waiver.
Thank you so much, Aniruddh, for all the information and all the answering the questions. There are more questions coming in, but in line with the time frame what we have, we cannot take more. I would request audience to feel free to visit various booths, also to visit booth of Payoneer. And any questions or queries, there is with regards to Amazon, there is already an email address being shared by Aniruddh, which is in global selling fpa at amazon.com. Feel free to drop a note on that email address, and Aniruddh's team will make sure that someone is in touch with you. Once again, on behalf of entire Payoneer team, I would like to thank you, Aniruddh, for all the insight and information. Have a nice evening ahead.
Yep. Thanks a lot, guys.